You need protection. And they go, well, protection from what? From us. When they were young, they were boxers. They did a lot of boxing. They were very, very good boxers. But because of Ronnie's psychotic behaviour, he was paranoid schizophrenic, and also Reggie's loyalty to his brother, and also that he was also slightly dodgy mentally as well. They, rather than going down a peaceful, normal route that most people would go, they went down a route of crime.
Having grown up on Valence Road in Whitechapel, where their mother's side of the family lived, the twins bought the local pub for her, the Carpenter's Arms on Cheshire Street. Violet Kray was adored by her sons, often being described as the most important love interest of their lives. Ronnie and Reggie would therefore spend a lot of time at the Carpenter's Arms, hatching yet another crime. Rumor has it that even the counters were made out of actual coffin lids. As nightclub owners, they quickly turned into the most notorious gangsters of London's East End in the 1950s and 60s. The firm was known for various crimes, including extortion and fraud. Ultimately, their reign of terror was ended by their imprisonment for the murders of George Cornell and Jack the Hat McVitie.
Cornell would broker deals between the two gangs, often favouring the Richardson's gang, which would piss Ronnie off a lot. Ronnie and Reggie were at a pub round the corner called the Lion in Tap Street, the Lion in Tap Street, and they get a phone call saying Cornell's in the Blind Beggar.
What is about to happen at the Blind Beggar in the evening hours of the 9th of March 1966 is anything but pretty.
When Cornell sees Ron come towards him, he looks up and he goes, "Oh, hello, it's that big Pat Puff." At which point Reg pulls out his gun, the Mauser, and Ron pulls out his Mauser and just shoots him straight above the right eyebrow. The bullet went through, and legend has it it's embedded in the wall there.
Ron and Reg were arrested that night, but could not be convicted for the murder. Reg, on the other hand, had to be encouraged by his brother. "I've done my one, Reggie, now you do yours." So it came in handy when Jack the Hat McVitie, henchman for the twins, defrauded them of money. Reg was furious. Cleverly, he placed an ambush. Jack the Hat was invited to a party at 97 Evering Road, but instead of girls and booze, the twins awaited him. Reggie's gun failed 3 times, so he grabbed a knife and brutally stabbed Jack to death. His body was never found.
In 1968, Ron stood trial for the murder of George Cornell and was sentenced for the rest of his life in Broadmoor Prison, where he died.
Reggie also spent the rest of his life in prison. He died shortly after his release in 2000. The Kray twins' lives have been adapted in several ways. Tom Hardy portrays both of them in Legend, set to be released next year. An earlier version is the 1990s film The Krays.
They got called up to do their national service in 1952, and the scene is depicted in the film that did actually happen.
And where do you little darlings think you're off to? Oh, for a cup of tea with our mum. Get your nasty little asses back in here! Look! You got nothing to say and you're saying it too loudly. So bollocks.